Okay, I need a second. Because a physicist, a real, tenured, theoretical physicist, was digging through the equations that describe our universe, and he found computer code. Not something like code. Not a metaphor. Error-correcting codes. The same kind of math your browser uses so a web page doesn't fall apart on the way to your screen. Sitting inside the equations of physics, just in there. His name is James Gates. He works on supersymmetry, string theory adjacent, very fancy, very real. And he has said, on camera, that finding those codes forced him to take a question seriously that he never wanted to take seriously. Are we living in a simulation? I'm sorry, what? So that's the rabbit hole. Do we live in a simulation? I haven't slept, and now, neither will you. Okay, the claim. The actual claim, from actual serious people, is this. Our entire universe, you, me, your dog, the moon, all of it, is software. We are characters in an unbelievably advanced computer program, probably run by some far future civilization simulating their own ancestors, which would be us. We're the ancestors. And before you laugh, Elon Musk said the odds that we're in base reality, the real world, are 1 in billions. Neil deGrasse Tyson once put it at better than 50-50. A philosopher at Oxford built an argument around it that 23 years later, nobody has managed to break. These are not guys yelling in a parking lot. Mostly. Okay, the official story, the boring version. We have to do this part. Mainstream science's position is, there is no evidence we live in a simulation. None. The universe is just the universe. Physics looks like math because math is the language we invented to describe physics, not because somebody coded it. The whole idea is philosophy, not science. Reality is base reality. The end. Drive safe. Here's why people don't buy that. It starts in 2003 with that Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom, and his argument is so clean, it's actually upsetting. He says one of 3 things has to be true. 1. Civilizations basically always go extinct before they get the technology to simulate universes. 2. They get the technology and just choose never to use it. Or 3. Simulations get made. And if they get made by the thousands, by the millions. Which means simulated minds would massively outnumber real ones. Which means, statistically, you are probably one of them. That's it. That's the trap. You don't get to dodge it. You have to pick one. And 2 of your options are, everybody dies and nobody's curious. Which one are you picking? Because I hate all 3. And then it gets weirder. Because people started looking at the universe the way you'd look at a program. And the universe kind of cooperates. Think about a video game. A game has a maximum speed. The engine can only process so much, so fast. Our universe has a maximum speed. The speed of light. Hard cap. Nothing in existence goes faster. Ever. Under any circumstances. A game has a resolution. Pixels. A smallest possible unit. Our universe has the Planck length, a scale so small that below it, distance basically stops meaning anything. A smallest unit of length. A smallest unit of time. A speed cap. And a pixel size. Those are hardware limits. Why does reality have hardware limits? No, because sit with that for a second. The universe has system requirements, and we just live here. And then quantum mechanics walks into the room. You know the double slit experiment? You fire tiny particles at a wall with 2 slits in it, and they behave like waves. Each one acts like it goes through both slits at once, and they build up this rippling interference pattern. Strange, but fine. Except, the moment you put a detector on the slits, the moment you check which slit each particle actually goes through, they stop. They pick a slit. They act like little solid balls. The wave pattern vanishes. The particles behave differently when they're being measured. Do you know what that's called in game design? Rendering on demand. The game doesn't draw the parts of the map you're not looking at. Why would it? That's wasted processing power. And here is our universe, apparently refusing to commit to a definite state until something checks. Reality might be lazy load-ediness. And there's a version, the delayed choice experiment, where the decision to measure happens after the particle should already have decided what to be. And the result still lines up with the measurement, like the system went back and quietly patched the save file. I don't have anywhere to put that. I'm just carrying it around now. So stack it up. A philosophy trap with no exit. Hardware limits baked into reality, physics that won't render until it's observed, and a physicist finding literal error-correcting code in the equations of the universe. You see the shape of it, right? You see why people fall down this hole and never climb out. Okay. So, then I read the skeptic side. And I'll be honest, I went in ready to be smug. I came out more disturbed than when I went in. First, the observer thing. It is not about consciousness. This might be the most misquoted result in all of physics. Measurement, in quantum mechanics, does not mean a mind looking at something. It means any physical interaction. A detector, a stray photon, an air molecule bumping into things. The particle isn't shy. It's that you cannot touch a quantum system with anything without changing it. The universe is not checking whether you, personally, are watching, which is slightly less spooky. Still spooky, different spooky. Second, the pixels. The Planck length is probably not a pixel. It's the scale where our current theories stop working, which is a fact about our math, not necessarily a fact about reality. And here's the part that got me. Astronomers have tested this. Light that travels billions of years across the universe should arrive slightly smeared if space were grainy. And it doesn't. It arrives clean. As far as anyone can measure, space-time is smooth, far smoother than the pixel theory needs it to be. No pixels. The screen, as far as we can tell, doesn't have a resolution. And third, this is the one that actually broke me. In 2017, two physicists worked out what it would take to simulate certain quantum systems on a classical computer. And the resources don't just grow as the system grows, they grow exponentially. Properly simulating even a few hundred electrons would take a computer with more memory than there are atoms in the observable universe. Our universe might be too expensive to run. The physics of our own reality might be, mathematically, unsimulatable, which is either the best evidence we've ever had that we're real, or, and believers said this immediately, it just means the simulators run on something better than anything we can imagine. Maybe quantum weirdness is the compression algorithm. And that's the real problem, isn't it? Every debunk has a trapdoor in the floor, because a perfect simulation would look exactly like whatever this is. Anything. Everything. Okay, quiet part now. Here's where it actually stands. What we know. Bostrom's argument is logically valid, but it leans on assumptions nobody can verify. That a mind can run on a computer at all. That future civilizations would even want to simulate their ancestors. What we know. No experiment has ever found a glitch, a pixel, or a render limit. Every claimed signature of a simulation has either failed testing or can't be tested. What we don't know. Which of Bostrom's three options is the true one? Genuinely, nobody knows. The trilemma has never been closed. And underneath all of it is the deepest problem. The simulation hypothesis is unfalsifiable. No possible observation could ever disprove it, which means it isn't really science. It's something much older wearing a tech costume. It's, is there a creator? Asked by people with gaming PCs. But okay, one last thing, and then I'll let you go. Bostrom's trap is still sitting there, untouched. One of the three has to be true. Everyone dies, nobody tries, or this isn't base reality. And we are, right now, the species that invented the computer about 80 years ago and is already building simulated little worlds full of simulated little people for fun on a Tuesday. So picture that future civilization, the one with the power to run a universe, and ask yourself, honestly, would they really do it? Come on. You already know what we'd do.